Hello everyone and welcome to this impromptu video about my experience with buying an electric car. For a bit of context, I live in a house that has a bunch of solar panels, and on a good summer month I'll export around 400 kilowatts of energy to the grid. They pay very little for it, and I thought it would be a great idea if I had an electric car to use some of that energy for my own purposes. In hindsight, a battery storage system in the house would have been a cheaper and more cost-effective option of utilizing that energy, but I really needed a second car anyway. And another reason for buying an electric car is the fact that they're becoming very affordable on the second-hand market. 3-year-old EVs are now at around £20,000 here in the UK, and you can get a very decent range. I chose to buy a Tesla Model 3, and on paper it says it could do around 300 miles on a full charge, and I opted for the Model 3 that has the heat pump as well, so it should be a little bit more efficient in winter months. The added benefit of the Tesla is the great DC supercharger network. I do plan a pretty long trip across Europe over summer, so that would help. And also the technology and the performance of the car really attracted me to it. Having owned the car for a week now, I've got three major issues. The first one is with Tesla itself and the way ownership is transferred. If you buy the car from a private seller, you can transfer the ownership in the app fairly easy. You shouldn't have any problems. But I bought it from a big car dealer, not from Tesla itself, but a separate car dealer. And basically, I have to wait for proof of ownership before I can send that to Tesla, and then they can give me ownership of the car in the app. And without that app, you can't do much with the car really other than drive it in its current settings. So I can't book any service, and that's important because the car has some faults that need resolving. You can't DC charge because you can't set up a payment system in the Tesla app. You can't add your phone as a key, so you always have to use the card. You can't reset any features, and you can't add additional drivers or save driver settings. My second issue is with the infrastructure. At the moment, like I mentioned, I can't DC charge because I can't set up a payment method, but even if I could, I couldn't charge because the car has a DC charge error, which I can't resolve because I can't book a service with Tesla, and I couldn't find any other shop that would do the repair, and also the warranty would not cover repairs from third-party shops. They would only approve it if it was directly from Tesla. Also, at home, I don't have a fast charger or one of those 7 kilowatt chargers because it takes about 4 weeks before the utility company can come and install one. I've ordered one, I'm waiting. It's probably going to be a month by the time I can actually use it. So at the moment, I am limited to the 3-pin socket charger that comes with the Tesla. And I charge that at home. It takes about 20 hours to fully charge the car to about 80%. So I can't drive far because of the range of the car, and even though it's good, once I get somewhere, if I don't have enough charge to come back, then I have to stop somewhere, plug in the 3-pin connector, and it takes a very long time to charge. And if you stay anywhere overnight, the car does slowly drain the battery overnight. If you have Sentry on, it's about 5% of the battery. If you don't have Sentry on, it's about 1.5% of the battery drainage, just the car being alive. My third issue is with the dealership. Now, this is a large independent car dealership selling secondhand cars in the UK, and they pride themselves on quality and price. Every car comes with an AA report, but from what I've experienced, that AA report is not worth the paper it's written on. When I had received the vehicle, it had a service light on the dashboard saying the car needs a service and a TPMS sensor error. I did say to the seller that I can't take ownership of it. It's got this error, you need to fix it before I take ownership. But they said, oh, it's only one of the tires low on pressure. Once you pump it up, the TPMS sensor issue should go away, and also the service light should go away as well. But once I got home and I checked the tires, that wasn't the case. It's actually the TPMS sensor that has an issue. It's not sending any signals. In addition to that, as soon as I plugged the car into charge using the slow charger that comes with the car, I saw this DC fast charging error as well. I went to a DC charger and the car would not fast charge. I then rang the warranty and they said I need a diagnosis from Tesla. So I need to somehow book a diagnosis with Tesla, even though I can't, because they only accept bookings through the app once they recognize ownership of the car. Then I'll have to drive an hour away to Tesla, get it diagnosed, come back home, send the diagnosis to the warranty company. Then they'll hopefully approve the repairs to be done and then go back there and have it repaired by Tesla, come back home. So I'm wasting a lot of time, doing a lot of miles just to get the car in the condition that I was supposed to receive it in. And the fact that you can't get any of these repairs done at a local garage makes this a lot more inconvenient than it should be. Now, other than these three main issues that I've explained, which to me are pretty big issues, I don't want to have to waste my time chasing the warranty. I don't want to have to waste my time chasing Tesla to get the car on the app, book it in for a service. I just want to get a car, get a key, jump in, drive off, get it serviced at a local garage near to the house and not have to worry about all of this. And just a closing thought. If I charge at home, it is really, really cheap to run the Tesla. But if I go on any long trips, like I plan to do so in the summer, it's more expensive to DC charge per mile than it is to pay for diesel or petrol. I've compared it with my 2-liter diesel BMW 5 Series, and it is more expensive per mile to drive the Tesla if I use the DC fast chargers than if I just buy fuel from a petrol station. Now, this video is not intended to put anyone off buying an electric car. Some people might have a much better experience than I have had, but I was really expecting this to be a lot easier, a lot smoother, a lot more hassle-free. I will try and give you all an update once all of this is resolved, let you know how it's been resolved. And I'm very curious to hear about your experience down in the comments below. And if this was any help to you, give it a thumbs up.